Chuck them on. It's the round 7 NPL Men's New South Wales match of the round, and it's coming to you live from Penshurst Park, where St George City take on Blacktown City. Good evening, everybody. Penshurst Park is the scene for this Round 7 NPL Men's New South Wales Match of the Round. And it features two teams equal on 11 points. The home side, St. George City. They're hosting Blacktown City. Yes, it's a match that we've looked forward to. Two teams that have genuine title ambitions in season 2024. And they're currently sitting in 6th and 7th spots, separated only by goal difference. Thanks for your company. We're live and exclusive on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Tony Tanous with you. A pleasure to have your company. Two teams that are both coming off victories last week. The home side, St. George City FC, beat Spirit FC on the road by 2-1, while Blacktown City, they played out a terrific contest, a 3-2 victory over Rockdale, Illingdon, not far from the venue for tonight's match. And we will take a look at the changes and the lineups for the two sides. And for the home side, Mirko Uril has made 3 changes coming in. Louis Curry, Cameron Fong, and Maki Petrados. The full lineup in goals is Jack Kenny. The back 5, Cameron Wong, Solomon, John Monahan Vaika, Matt Karamalevsky, Joshua Hong, and Fumoto Kamada. The holding midfielders, Brody Clarkson and Louis Curry. And then it's a front 3 of Maki Petrados and Paolo Mitri supporting the number 9, who's going to be playing through the middle tonight in Jason Romero. That's the home side, St. George City FA. Meanwhile, Mark Crittenden, he's made 2 changes to the side that beat Rockdale last week. Coming in, Ben Berry and Marty Fernandez. So the full lineup, Tristan Prendergast in goals. The back 4, Tyrone Burney, Ben Berry, Lachlan Campbell and Nick O'Brien. The midfield 4, Jack O'Brien, Adam Berry, Mario Chabau and Martin Fernandez. And it's a front 2, their all-time leading goal scorers in Travis Major and Joey Gibbs. And it will be the home side, St. George City, in their traditional red and white, running from left to right, kicking us off. Our referee for this one, Stephen Lucas, an experienced official for a big early season blockbuster in season 2024 of the NPL Men's New South Wales. And we're underway with St. George City raiding down the right. And it's Cameron Fong trying to get that early delivery in. Here's Marty Fernandez trying to hit the feet of Joey Gibbs. Quickly onto him was Monahan Vaika. Strong challenge there from Nick O'Brien. And now it's Paolo Mitri with a bit of space in midfield. Chance to just get their foot on the ball here, the home side. They do like to knock it around, stretch it from side to side. And Blacktown, who are so effective in counter-attack. That time it was important. Matt Karamalevsky getting across to it just ahead of Travis Major. So those changes for the home side, Mirko Uril, a former Blacktown City great as a player, had so much success. Along with the director of football here in ATEC Gench. They've set the club here up, St. George City, after coming into the Football New South Wales Leagues in 2016. They've had a meteoric rise with 3 promotions. They did ever so well last year to finish in the top half of the competition. Terrific first season. And they've recruited ever so well. And there's one of their recruits. It's out on that left-hand side. Prendergast comfortable in the end. A good early raid with Jason Romero. Playing in that number 9 role. He wears the number 10 jersey. But he's back at St. George City after a stint at Apia. And then a stint at the MacArthur Bulls in the A-League. And there he is, playing in that familiar role in the centre of the front 3 for St. George City. So not only some personnel changes, as I mentioned, those 3 players coming in. Louis Curry in the midfield, Cameron Fong on the right side of the back 5, and also Maki Petrados comes into the front three, but Jason Romero, have been used to seeing him out on that left-hand side in the number 11 role. Well, he's moved into the centre of the attack for tonight's game. And he's supported by Paolo Mitri on the left and Maki Petrados on the right-hand side. And there's Louis Curry. Happy to go back to former Jets Academy keeper in Jack Kenny. They come out now through the left-sided player of the back three in Joshua Hong. Out now through Maki Petrados. An early chance here. He's on the left foot. Maki Petrados! And he's hit the junction of both the post and the crossbar. Unlucky, the home side, St. George City. Terrific feat from the player who's come into the starting 11 today. In Maki Petrados, he did ever so well to duck inside. And he was unlucky to hit both the post and the crossbar. That was so close to giving the home side the lead. They're on the front foot early. It's been a terrific start. Now it's Blacktown City with one of their players who's coming to the starting 11 in Marty Fernandez, playing on the left side of the midfield four. No Mitch Malia today, no Grant Lynch, so two changes that have been forced for Blacktown City. Grant Lynch is away on futsal Roo duties. Mitch Malia, who came off in the first half last week, he's ill today, so unavailable for the visitors. Here's their leading scorer in Jack O'Brien. Tyron Burney looks forward, and now Blacktown looking to spring in behind was Marty Fernandez. They've got Travis Major at the back post, and that's where they look to go. Major with the header down. It's a terrific effort. Unlucky there, the visitors. A wonderful bit of play. Their crossing ability is such an effective attribute for Mark Crittenden's side. And they found the cross. Travis Major with the composure, and it was Berry in Adam Berry, the central midfielder, who tried to place that into the top corner. And he wasn't too far away from giving the visitors the lead. We've seen a chance at both ends. We've spoken about the star-studded attacks for both of these sides, two teams that are loaded in the front third. And we're hoping for plenty of chances and plenty of goal-scoring moments. And the promising early start is certainly evidence of that as St. George come forward down the left and they look to go inside. Petrados was making the run. Now it is Berry who can just settle it here for the visitors. Karamilevski's got a bit of time. He's quickly pressed though by Major. What a forward line it is. The two all-time goal scorers for Blacktown City in Travis Major and Joey Gibbs. So good to see Joey Gibbs back in Australian football after 3 seasons in Iceland. And he looks certainly so sharp to start the season after playing professional football. Here is Cameron Fong, former Sydney FC Academy youngster who's come across. One of a number of signings by Mirko Yuril. Here's Major. Just dropping off into the midfield. Nice composure just to keep it for Blacktown. They come out through Campbell. Last week, St. George City starting with a back four in that 2-1 victory over Spirit FC. Both these sides not afraid to shift the formation game by game, even during the game. We saw that last week from Blacktown City, who started with a back four as they have done tonight. And we saw just before half-time that they brought on Ben Berry. They went to a back five. So both these experienced coaches, experienced technical teams. As I said, ATEC Gench, a great support for Mirko Uriel. They worked together back in Blacktown City back in 2006 and 7, where Gench was the coach and Mirko Uriel was a player. They had another stint in 2010, and they had so much success at Blacktown, where they made 3 grand finals. They won 2 championships. They also won a couple of premierships. Finished runner-up on another occasion. And that was just before Mark Crittenden took over. Mark Crittenden now in his 13th season at Blacktown. Approaching 400 games in the dugout. It's been some achievement from one of the great coaches. They've got 2 wonderful technical teams, and this one is certainly started in great fashion as O'Brien looks to feed Tyrone Burney down the right. St. George happy to go back to Kenny. Maki Petratos, who had that great chance early on, couldn't quite hit the back of the net. Denied by the post and the crossbar. Here is Adam Berry, playing alongside his brother today. Got a couple of pairs of brothers in the starting 11 for Blacktown City, the O'Briens and the Berries. This is nice here from Jason Romero, the turn, and he slides it in behind. Paolo Mitri, lovely little touch, and it's Maki Petratos who fires it across the face. A lovely build-up from the front 3 there. The turn from Jason Romero, who dropped into the midfield, and then an excellent diagonal run from Paolo Mitri. And a delightful little use of the soul to lay it into the path of Maki Petratos. Unlucky there, the home side. Again, another terrific attacking raid. Here's Nick O'Brien looking over the top for Major. The height there of Matt Karamaleski. And now Kamada. New signing. Player who spent some time at the Mount Druitt Town Rangers, last season at Sutherland Sharks. Like Louis Curie, similar trajectory as far as the arrival here at St. George City. Another one who's spent some time at Mount Druitt Town Rangers and is a new recruit. He's in the centre of defence today in Solomon John Monahan Vaika. So plenty of new faces. Brody Clarkson's another one of those. Another player who's come through, spent some time at Sutherland Sharks. Also, more recently, the Bulls Academy. So plenty of new faces. And it's been a great start. They did lose here in round 1 against Rockdale Illendon, but it's been their only loss of the season so far. 5-game undefeated run coming into this round 7 match of the round. First time we feature St. George City this season in our showcase match. All their games have been very tight, only 1-goal margins. Hasn't quite clicked as far as the front third is concerned, but it's a very positive start this evening. And now Kuri gets it out to Kamada down that left-hand side. He looks to whip it across. And it was Romero coming in at that back post. Marshalled well, though. Nick O'Brien, who has popped up already in the centre of defence. He's popped up in the centre of midfield today. His job is out on the left side of the back 4 with no Grant Lynch. Showing his adaptability. Here he is on the ball now. Very versatile player who's come through the Blacktown system along with brother Jack in recent years. Jack O'Brien showing his adaptability last year. This is a terrific run down the right-hand side from the motor that is Tyrone Burney. Couldn't quite keep it in. Kenny goes long, quickly, looks to hit Romero. Now, the Blacktown City skipper, Mario Chabot. One of 5 games taking place across a bumper Super Saturday of NPL Men's New South Wales action. We've already had 1 result and the first victory of the season for Spirit FC. David Perkovic's side, who were at the foot of the table at the start of the round, well, they're going to move up a little bit with their first 3 points. A 2-1 victory over the Central Coast Mariners. So an important win. They've struggled for goals. They've got a couple today. That's a big result. They'll be hoping that that can springboard them like St. George City last year. They were a promoted side. Dealt with there by Joshua Hong. Can St. George hit on the counter-attack? Good alert defending from Nick O'Brien. Lockie Campbell plays it into Berry. This is the latest of the 4 kickoffs that are currently underway. 3 games kicking off at 7 p.m. So this one's slightly behind them. Well, we'll keep you posted on scores throughout the evening. Can give you an update from Landon Stadium, where Hills are hosting Rockdale Illendon, as Monahan Vaika deals with that ball. And it's Rockdale, the visitors, who have a 2-0 lead after 25 minutes, looking to rebound after last week's loss to Blacktown City. So a great start for Paul D's men over at Landon Stadium. Approaching the half-hour mark at the Palace, Marconi Stadium. Currently no score. Marconi Stallions are hosting Sydney FC. Marconi Stallions coming into the round only 2 points behind the competition leaders in the Western Sydney Wanderers. Equal on 13 with the Wollongong Wolves. So an important game for Peter Tsakenis' men at home. Such a tight competition at the top, as we expected, as Marty Fernandez looks over the top. The run coming from Travis Major. And there is another game not too far away at Rockdale Illendon between the newly promoted St. George FC, and they're hosting Apia, last year's premiers, and the home side St. George have taken the lead in the opening half hour. Goal coming on 15 minutes for Yanni Talchevsky's side. So they're leading by 1-0. No score yet here at Penshurst Park. It's been a terrific start to our round 7 NPL Men's New South Wales match of the round. And there might be a chance here with Louis Curry dispossessed by Mario Chabot. Happy to go back to the man they call Sticks in Ben Berry. We're in the 17th minute as Nick O'Brien looks over the top. Travis May just peeled out to the left-hand side. Good defending, though. It was Cameron Fong just working back, playing in that right wing back position. It's been a position that Mirko Uril had to address in the off-season. Both flanks with Pedro Ferrari and also Franco Mayo, who were part of that side that played the first season in the top flight last year. They've moved in the off-season. Pedro Ferrari's gone back home, and Franco Mayo, you may have seen him pop up for the Marconi Stallions with a couple of goals already this season. So Kamada and Fong are the 2 players that have come in on those flanks. And as I said, St. George City, a team that has been spoken about in the pre-season, given the riches that they do have in the front third, the quality of their recruitment. Blacktown City ever present as far as those conversations around title favourites are concerned. Last year they did have some issues with so many injuries in the front third. They've got Joey Gibbs in. They've got Mitch Malia back this season. Danny Choi, who's currently unavailable with injury, but he's hoping to be back in the fold. They've recruited Marty Fernandez. And it just speaks to how loaded they are in the front third. Jack O'Brien, we saw him last season step up with all those absentees. Finished with 17 goals for the campaign. This is nice work here from Blacktown. Patience side to side. And now O'Brien. Berry looks over to that right-hand side. The knockdown looking for Bernie. And now it's Major. Quickly crowded out. Stephen Lucas, the referee, right on the spot. And he's pointed to a Blacktown City corner. So a set piece. A chance to send Ben Berry forward. Lockie Campbell might not be the tallest central defender, but one of the best leaps in the competition across the NPL scene. Number 4, look out for him. We've also got Joey Gibbs, who gives them a lot of aerial punch. He's the target here, and it was Gibbs. And some appeals there from Blacktown City. Waved away. And St. George can come away. Romero thought he was tripped up. He wanted the free kick. Instead, it's going to be a Blacktown throw-in. Keep you posted on progress around the grounds. 4 games taking place. We've already had a couple of results this round. As the ball goes out now to Nick O'Brien, getting in an advanced area on the left-hand side. He is more naturally right-footed, but no Grant Lynch today. As I said, he's away on futsal duty. Away in Thailand. You might have seen that squad announcement during the week. Quite a number of NPL men's New South Wales players, including Dominic Cox for St. George City, so he's unavailable for Mirko Uril today. Apia are in action. No Michael Kuda for them. He's another futsal. And Luis Lobo, Spirit FC. As the header comes in. And Campbell. Now a bit of space for Kuri. Quickly shut down, but he finds the switch out now to Maki Petrados, who's had the best moment for the home side. Here's Romero, looks to link it up. Couldn't quite connect it with Mitri. But that combination between the front three is looking promising. Mirko Uril has certainly been on the record this season talking about the front third cohesion. Last week they got the win against Spirit, but he wasn't pleased. He said that we lacked cohesion in the post-match comments, and it's something we need to fix. He said, given the quality that we've got in the squad, we need to be a lot better in that front third. And there are signs early in this match that they've been working on it, looking for that formula with Romero through the middle, Mitri on the left, and Maki Petrados on the right. Costa Petrados, he has to make do with a spot on the bench today. They've also got Presley Ortiz, who was part of the starting 11 last week. He's dropped onto the bench as well, so plenty of punch to come. They'll be keen to prove something coming off the bench. Later on, you expect. We've also got Nathan Roberts, another attacking option. The other 2 outfield players at the disposal of Mirko Uril. For later on, Jesse Foti and Mo Kamas. And the reserve goalkeeper is Ryan Zach Reed. That's the home bench, Blacktown City's bench. They're missing, as I said, Grant Lynch, Mitch Malia. Also still unavailable, Danny Choi and Jaden Trinkowski. So their bench looks like this with Caden Henderson, the reserve keeper. Jack O'Brien looking to make the connection here with Tyron Burney. And it is going to be a corner. It's come off a St. George City player. So it's going to be another set piece. We saw a good one only moments ago with the delivery onto the head of Joey Gibbs. Take you through the rest of Blacktown City's bench after this set piece. Again, Ben Berry's come forward. There's a bit going on between Marty Fernandez and the goalkeeper in Jack Kenny. Marty Fernandez just making a nuisance of himself, standing in front of the keeper. So Stephen Lucas just going to come across to sort that out. Here comes the corner. It's going to be a variation. We've seen Blacktown's variations already work to great effect this season. We saw a terrific one back in round one, which was converted by Grant Lynch after a short set piece. They tried something similar there. St. George were alert to it. Here's a ball, a terrific delivery too. It was Joey Gibbs trying to get on the end of it. Now it's going to fall to Mario Chabal. Can St. George counter-attack? Shut down by Marty Fernandez, who tries his luck. His eyes lit up there. Not shy to take a shot from long range. The rest of that Blacktown City bench. Caden Henderson, as I said, the reserve keeper. They've got Ruben Awaratifi, a reserve option in attack. Julian Rodriguez is another attacking option. A youngster who's come through the ranks, has really impressed in the last couple of years. Might get his debut today. We'll keep an eye out on that later on. Jacob Minetti, Filipino international. And then a couple of youngsters in Zach Butler and Sebastian Haywood. They make up the Blacktown City bench today. Thanks for your company on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. The hashtag, if you want to join the conversation, is NPL NSW. Tony Tanous with you here, live from Penshurst Park, match of the round. No score yet. We've had 25 minutes. It's been a absorbing contest. Both teams showing plenty in attack. It's Karamalevsky. Gets it out to Monahan Vayika. Cut out by Mario Chabal. Can Blacktown sting in counter-attack? Joey Gibbs has had to peel out wide. Good transition from St. George. They get all their bodies behind the ball, forcing Blacktown back. Free kick awarded there to the visitors. Tyron Burney ducked inside. Nice touch from Fernandez, but good defending from Monahan Vayika. Now Brody Clarkson. Press comes from Blacktown, forcing St. George City long. Winning it in a good area is Fernandez. And he takes the shot again. Couldn't quite get it on target, but a couple of sliders from outside the 18-yard box for Marty Fernandez. Blacktown City this year playing that familiar formation that we've come used to seeing across Australian football, the 4-2-2-2. So a couple of NPL sides now adopt that. The Marconi Stallions, now Blacktown City. Those two wide attackers, Jack O'Brien and Marty Fernandez today. Fernandez's influence is starting to grow. Moved across from the Marconi Stallions in the off-season. Looking for a little bit more game time. Keen to take his opportunity today. He's in the starting 11. And he'll no doubt be keen to make an impression. Speaking of impression, the other St. George, they're 2-0 up against Apia, so a potential big upset brewing down the road at Rockdale, Illingdon, as Kamada comes forward. Great little cutback, and it's another crossbar. Another great opportunity for St. George City FA. A wonderful cutback down that left-hand side, and it was Louis Curry in the end who unleashed on that left foot. Unlucky not to give the home side the lead. A wonderful attack down that left-hand side. Kamada, very influential. This is the way that Mirko Uril's team like to play. They like to send their two wing backs forward, and Kamada perhaps the more adventurous of the two, which allows Cameron Fong just to tuck inside. Blacktown, who do love to get it out into the wide areas. This ground perhaps a little bit more narrow than they're used to playing on. So it makes it a bit of a challenge. They've got to move the ball quick. And they're trying to get O'Brien forward. This is a good battle now against Cameron Fong, who sticks to his task. Does well, the right back for St. George. Here comes the throw from Nick O'Brien, bouncing around in the box, and in the end, Jack Kenny gathers for the home side. Joshua Hong, who's playing today on the left side of a back three central defenders. Featured in our NPL New South Wales Team of the Week, round 6, after a stellar performance in that 2-1 victory over Spirit FC. They got their goals, both of them in the first half, and hung on in the end for the 3 points. Their third win of the campaign after victories in round 2 against Sydney Olympic. The ball comes in here. Again, the set piece, trying to cause some danger of Blacktown. The referee was on the spot. A little bit too aggressive in the air. So there are 3 wins for St. George City coming against Sydney Olympic in round 2. And then Apia here in round 4. And then last week against Spirit. Both these sides looking for their first back-to-back victories, both coming off wins last week. Neither of them have been able to get 2 in a row yet. Jack Kenny clears long. Good header from Lachlan Campbell. Clarkson, so cultured on the ball on that left foot of his. Here's Karamalevsky. So adaptable, Karamalevsky can pop up. Last week we saw him at right back for the start of the match. Today in the centre of a back 3. As Marky Petratos thought he'd played that off Nick O'Brien for a corner, but in fact it had crossed the sideline first. So it's going to be a Blacktown throw. Our assistant on the near side in Aisha Strutt. Right on the spot there. Supporting Stephen Lucas. On the other side is Joshua Isa. And our 4th official in Jackson Tippett. So far the match has been played in pretty good spirits. It's 2 teams with big ambitions in season 2024. And Bernie's happy to go back to Prendergast here. Such an experienced custodian. Steve Lucas happy to play on. And now Mario Chabot comes out here to O'Brien. Bit of space. Looking for the movement. Read well. Execution on the release wasn't quite there. Just repeating the earlier result from Christie Park. If you're just joining us, Spirit FC had a 2-1 victory over Central Coast Mariners as Berry looks first time. And it was Marty Fernandez trying his luck with the flick. He gets another opportunity. The flag's gone up though. Looked like it might have been Joey Gibbs. Just drifted into an offside position. And the flag was up quickly on that far side by Joshua Isa. So far, St. George, they've struggled, as I said earlier. That's something Mirko Ural has spoken about with their execution in the front third and that final third connection. Better signs in the opening half hour or so of this match. They are solid defensively. They've only conceded 5 so far in their opening 6 matches. Second best defence in the league. Only the Wollongong Wolves have a better defensive record so far. Wolves have conceded 4. St. George City 5. And they're up against one of the more potent attacks in season 2024. We're only in the early part of the season. But Blacktown already hit the back of the net 13 times. That's a nice bit of combination involving Marty Fernandez and Berry. Out now through Burney. Good defending on that side from Kamada. Blacktown are equal 4th as far as attack's concerned. 13 goals. Western Sydney Wanderers, who lead the competition on 15 points, they've scored 21, so they're running hot at the moment, Andrew Christensen's side. And then heading into this round, Apia and Rockdale Illendon both on 14 goals. And then equal 4th, the Wollongong Wolves and Blacktown City on 13 goals. So one of the strongest defences up against one of the best attacks. And so far, St. George's attack has been able to stifle Blacktown's attack. Kenny just organising his wall. But Blacktown have another corner. They got Major at the near post. Lockie Campbell's in there, as is Gibbs. Gibbs is the target over his head. It's going to fall now to Burney. First time in from Mario Chabot. Dangerous area, Campbell with the climb. And there were some appeals, but it's going to be a corner. The referee, Stephen Lucas, right on the spot to see that it came off the red jersey. As Campbell looked for that header. The feed coming from Mario Chabot. They do love their variations. We've seen a couple already. And they are so good, not only with the first phase of set piece, but on the recycled second phase. So you've got to be alert, and this is a prime example, asking question after question. Here comes the delivery. Now Mitri looking to hold it up. Quickly on his tail, though, was Chabot putting the pressure on. Blacktown starting to take a little bit more control. I have to say, the home side, if you're just joining us, they were the dominant side in the early part of the match. Marky Petratos hitting the junction of the post and crossbar with a terrific opportunity in the opening 10 minutes. And then he fired wide after being fed by Paolo Mitri. So a couple of great chances for the home side. Here's Blacktown, as I said, starting to take control. Chance here for Nick O'Brien to strike from the edge of the 18-yard box. Excellent defending, though. The space was quickly shut down. No change around the grounds. Rockdale continued to lead Hills in first half stoppage time by 2-0. It's the same story at half time. St. George FC 2-0 up against last year's premiers in Apia, looking to cause a big upset. Ayane Talchevsky's side. That would be some story. Apia who've won their last couple of games. We saw them feature a fortnight ago in the big Derby d'Italia. That late winner from Jordan Segredo. And they backed it up last week with a win in that Inner West derby against Sydney Olympic. So that would be quite the shock if St. George can spring the upset there. Here's Paolo Mitri skipping past one in midfield. Great dribble. Is he going to try his luck? It's a decent run. Great effort too. Lucky not to get that one on target, but you saw his qualities there. So good at skipping past a couple of players in the midfield. Such a technician. And he's usually very effective on the strike as well, so be disappointed not to have hit the target. But another good sider. 0-0 if you're just joining us. Tony Tanous with you. Approaching the final 5 minutes of the first half. Here at Penshurst Park, round 7, NPL Men's New South Wales Match of the Round. We've been a bit sport so far as matches of the round are concerned. Had another 5-goal thriller last week at Rockdale. So far this one's been tight. Pretty open, you have to say, in the opening 15-20 minutes, but it's tightened up. Blacktown looking to build control. St. George just happy to drop off for now. Stay organised. Here's Tyron Burney. The ball inside. It had to be dealt with. It was an important piece of defending from Monaghan Vaika as Joey Gibbs was lining up. Here's Fernandez with a good high press. He's effective on the dribble. Was that a challenge? The referee awards the corner. Blacktown perhaps were seeking a bit more. They thought that Cameron Fong might have tripped up Fernandez. Stephen Lucas saying that it came off the defender. They've got a couple of short options in Berry and Mario Chabau. But O'Brien's going to whip this one towards the back post. The climb comes. The keeper gathers. Excellent piece of work by the custodian. He had a lot of bodies to navigate. But he stayed calm and he stayed strong. Blacktown looking ever so threatening at the set piece. The delivery of Jack O'Brien. I've seen him hit the back of the net 5 times already. Here's Clarkson. Nice ball on that left foot out to Kamada. Romero just dropping off the front line, looking to set up the play. It is a facet of his game we've seen over the past few years, which he's so good at. Not only a finisher, a striker, but he can get involved in the build-up. Karamilevsky. Monaghan Vaika's looking like an astute purchase. It's been rock solid so far. That one's given away by Kuri, who's trying to spread the play. had a result last night, our first match of round 7. Only a second victory of the season for Labino-Helita Sydney Olympic. An important victory as the ball comes across now. First time delivery from Cameron Fong. Couldn't quite find the target. That's good work on that far side from Bernie. There's a foul there against Travis Major. Joshua Hong, the player. That's going to be the first booking of the match. It's gone to the left of the 3 centre backs in Joshua Hong. It looks like that foul on the halfway line. Stopping the quick counter attack. Deemed professional by Stephen Lucas. Our first yellow of the match. Here come Blacktown. The flag's going to deny them though. Trying to play right on the edge of that St. George City line. Trying to spring the offside trap. Couldn't quite execute it there. Into the final minute of regular time. No score yet. It's become a tight affair after a frantic end-to-end start. Both teams have really settled defensively. Alert to their tasks, but Mitri has a chance now to link it up with Marky Petrados. Shabao dropping back to help out. Good challenge there by Hong. Good work from St. George City. Keep an eye on the board on the far side. Jackson Trippett just getting the board ready to tell us how much additional time there will be. There hasn't been too many stoppages. It's been an end-to-end match. In fact, there's only 1 minute of additional time. Has said that the game has generally flowed. Not much cynicism. It's been good to watch. Two quality sides. Can Blacktown create something in additional time? Got about 40 seconds to try and do so. Patience the virtue. Two teams that do love to possess. Blacktown in particular. Campbell. Stephen Lucas just having a look at his watch again. Is there time to get one into the box, try and create something late on? Stephen Lucas ends the first half. A tight affair. No score yet here at Penshurst Park in this round 7 NPL Men's New South Wales Match of the Round. A game which started with chances at both ends and particularly good chances to Marky Petrados, who was denied by a post. Louis Curie as well had a great chance late on for St. George City. Blacktown, they had moments as well. They had periods of domination, but these two teams go into the break and locked at 0-0. We will take a break and be back with all the second half action. Make sure you stick around on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. And it is a welcome back to Penshurst Park, a round 7 NPL Men's New South Wales match of the round. And it is a tight contest here between two of the fancied sides in season 2024. Two of the teams that have, as the first half went on, it started to cancel each other out. 0-0's the score heading into this second half. We'll see if it opens up a little bit more. St George City FA will feel that they controlled and dominated the opening 10 or 15 minutes. Created a couple of really good chances for Maki Petratos. Blacktown City will feel that they worked their way back in, took a bit of control, and started to ask some questions themselves of a very strong St George City defence. So let's see how the second half plays out. We'll scan across the field. Doesn't look like there is any changes at the break, so plenty of punch still to come for both sides. And this one looks like it might go all the way. And as it heads deeper, you expect it to open up a little bit more. The substitutes making an influence. So sit back, sit tight. This is a terrific contest. As I said, two teams, St George City and Blacktown, that are so well managed. Got great technical contributions. Mark Crittenden, along with his assistants in John Carnival and Matt Bingley. And then on the other side, you've got former Socceroo in Atek Gench and a former stalwart of the New South Wales football in Mirko Uriel. And that's a terrific counter-attack. A nice feat from Jason Romero has earned a free kick. And it's in a very promising position, this one, early in the second half. Only the second minute. And St George City have a free kick. About 23 yards out. And Blacktown's going to organise. Looks like it might be a 5 or 6 man wall. So Tristan Prendergast is taking no risk. Jack O'Brien is on the ground just in case Jason Romero thought about that one on nice and low. It is going to be Romero, and he's got it on target, and Prendergast is forced into a strong save. Excellent strike from outside the box. Jason Romero earned the free kick. He took it, and Prendergast, who had a strong wall up, covered the left side of his post or net and covered it ever so well. Here is Joey Gibbs just dropping off the forward line. Like in the first half, St George City starting the second well. Creating another good moment, but Blacktown, who've absorbed so much. Best chances have undoubtedly come. The most clear-cut chances have come to the home side. A couple of posts involved as well, denying Maki Petratos and Louis Curry in the first half. But Blacktown have absorbed, and as I said, they have had periods in that first half where they felt they were in control and they were the team putting the pressure on, asking the questions, creating a good couple of half chances. Can they create something more substantial? Here is Ben Berry, trying to use the width. It is more limited here at Penshurst. They do love to get their fullbacks forward, particularly Bernie down the right. They come down the right this time, looking for Major Kamara, who's had a terrific game so far. Alert to his defensive task there. A really good battle down that side, down this near side, with Bernie going forward, Kamada. And it looks like we might see the first change. It's going to be Brodie Clarkson to make way. first substitution will be a positive attacking one with Costa Petratos coming on. So the number 11, who made way from the starting 11 today, Costa Petratos. You might have seen him featured speaking on our Instagram story, live stories ahead of the match with Sam Yerman. Well, he's on the pitch now to try and make an influence. He's already got on the score sheet this season. Here he is. First responsibility is a defensive one. So let's see what the adjustment is. It looks like it might be Curry as the sole pivot now. As Kamada ducks inside. Can he make the connection? Working backwards, the skipper in, Mario Chabot. Good work from the former Western Sydney Wanderers midfielder. Can give you some updates, some progress scores from around the grounds. As I said, 3 games taking place with 7 p.m. kickoffs. So around the hour mark at all 3 of these venues, Rockdale continue to lead Hills Brumbies by 2-0. Marconi Stallions, they've taken a 1-0 lead over Sydney FC. There's a chance here for St. George City. Sydney FC having a player sent off. And Marconi have punished them, and taking a 1-0 lead there at the Palace. As Marky Petratos looks to link it up now with Romero. Gets another chance here. Excellent bit of combination as Marky Petratos gets in. It was a lovely bit of link-up play with Romero involved once or twice. And in the end, Marky Petratos was denied. Continues to be the most likely for the home side. He's had 3 good chances now. We have had a change down the road at Rockdale Illingdon Sports Centre as well. St. George City, they had a 2-0 lead at half-time. Well, RPA have got one back, and it's now 2-1 with the best part of half an hour remaining there. RPA 2 have had a player sent off like Sydney FC. They've managed to peg one back with only 10 men. No score yet here in our match of the round. We do have a player down. It is Matt Karamalevsky. Just getting back up on his feet. They do have an attacking bench. They do have a couple of options. One of those defensively is Mo Kamas. Karamalevsky limps back on, and here he is on the ball. Hopefully he can shake it off. It's Mario Chabot quickly shut down. Does well to link it up. O'Brien now from one to another. Jack O'Brien looks for that early delivery. Major tries to keep it in. Asks another question of St. George's defence. Fernandez, who loves the step overs, quick feet, feature of his technical work. Kamada, lovely turn. Cut out well by Fernandez, who's been busy. He's looking sharp, looking fit, relishing the move after spending a couple of seasons at Marconi. Here he is, sorting his feet out, finding Berry. Bernie's available. That's where the midfielder goes. Now Chabot looks to link it up again with Tyron Burney. Chabot first time delivery, too heavy on that. Can he get a touch? No, says the referee. So it is going to be a goal kick. He sensed the message from Mark Crittenden. He wants that ball to be moved quickly. These tight confines here at Penshurst Park for a team that does love to stretch wide. to find any space for crossing opportunities. They have to get it out quick. Karamalevsky. So a couple of send-offs around the grounds make for interesting finishes in the matches at Marconi. And St. George versus Apia. But here we're evenly poised. No score yet. Karamalevsky, who does skip past Shabao. A little bit too much on it as Jack O'Brien tucks inside and pinches the ball. Can Blacktown expose the space? A little bit too heavy on the release, looking for O'Brien. And St. George funnel back quickly. This club that has had such a meteoric rise and done ever so well under one of the great technical minds here in Aitek Gench, Mirko Uriel. They formed a great partnership. They were coach and player 15 years ago, and for Blacktown City, but now doing a wonderful job at St. George City. Have taken them up 3 promotions since 2016 when they entered the Football New South Wales lower tiers. And here they are, punching with one of the all-time most successful clubs, a former NSL giant as well, in Blacktown City. Good work here from O'Brien. Great ball inside. Ben Berry couldn't quite get the header on. He was stayed up from the set piece. The tall timber, the central defender. Such an inviting option when you see him in the box. You really want to hit that head of Ben Berry. They couldn't quite execute there, but they've got Fernandez driving forward, and he couldn't get the power on the shot. He got it on target. Like in the first half where he had a couple of strikes from outside. Couldn't quite execute there as well. But he does pose a real danger. These two sides starting the round, both on 11 points. Level also with Rockdale Illendon. Rockdale look like they're going to skip ahead and take the 3 points. They've scored a 3rd goal now against Hills United at Landon Stadium. So it looks like it's going to be a rebound for Paul D's men. Bay Antonio and Giorgio Speranza among the goals there. They've just scored a 3rd. Marconi continues to lead Sydney FC, approaching the final 20 minutes at the Palace by 1-0. And St. George FC, formerly St. George Budapest, the former NSL giant, they continue to lead Apia by 2-1, approaching the final 15 minutes. Tomorrow, 2 big games to come. Sydney United 58, they're starting to get on a bit of a run. They've got a home game against the Sutherland Sharks as Jack O'Brien gets forward with a bit of space. Can they find the execution, an area they're so good at, with the crosses from wide? That ball, Adam Berry just having to wait for it. It gave Maki, in fact, it was Costa Petratos time to get back. Costa Petratos playing in the midfield alongside Louis Curry, just in a more advanced position. Here is Adam Berry. Now Lockie Campbell. Couldn't quite make it stick. And St. George can look to counter-attack. It was a good idea there from Paolo Mitri. He saw the space in behind. Nick O'Brien was alert to it as he tried to feed Marky Petratos. We're in the 60th minute. Thanks for your company. Live here at Penshurst Park. Tony Tanous with you on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Your spot for all the action in season 2024 as Tyrone Burney gets forward again. Kamara, not for the first time, sticking to his defensive task. And we're going to see Blacktown City go to their bench now. Looks like it might be Jacob Maniti, the player that's going to come on, a central midfielder. And that might mean a bit of an adjustment. Maniti coming on for Marty Fernandez. So let's see what that does to the formation. Maniti is going to play on the left side of the four-man midfield. So it doesn't look at this stage like there's any real adjustment to the formation. Good strong shift from Marty Fernandez, 60 minutes for him. Created a couple of good moments, perhaps some of the better moments for the visitors. Kenny coming across, taking no risks with the pressure from Joey Gibbs. As I said earlier in the first half, so good to see him back in the New South Wales top flight, looking sharp after some professional seasons over in Iceland. This is excellent here with O'Brien now. Chance to deliver. Maniti coming in at the back post. But Cameron Fong dealing with it. The other game tomorrow, a blockbuster, top of the table clash. One we're really looking forward to. It'll be the Wollongong Wolves hosting the Western Sydney Wanderers. Appeals for handball there. Jack O'Brien looked to play it off Kamara. It's going to be a corner instead. Another good moment, another opportunity for Blacktown City. They did pose a threat. As I said, they created a couple of half chances. And they're going to send the two central defenders in Campbell and Ben Berry forward. They've got Gibbs in there. Major at the back post. They go towards Gibbs and Major. It's good defensive work. Still alive. Campbell with the climb. And it's on target. The header in the end. Comfortable for Kenny. Major it was with the header at that back post, an area that Blacktown are really effective at. They keep it alive. It's not only the first phase that you have to be careful. They keep it alive, they recycle, and they get second and third opportunities from set pieces. Here's Karamalevsky. Nice little build-up with Curry, knocking it into the feet of Petrados. This time it was Bernie doing the defending on Kamada. We've seen that in the opposite on a few occasions already in this second half. That time it was the Japanese import who was asking the question. Karamalevsky has given the free kick away there. Wanting to make sure that the Blacktown attackers can't turn. Into the 15th minute of the second half. No change to the score. Blacktown have already played out a 0-0 draw this season against the other St. George team back in round 2, so Are we going to see a repeat here? As Burney ventures forward. Excellent feet. Tyrone Burney with the cross now. It was Major with the first connection. Still alive on that left-hand side. O'Brien looks to get it across now to Adam Berry. In it comes. Great ball. And what a header. A terrific piece of finishing from Blacktown's all-time top scorer in Travis Major. They've absorbed pressure at the other end. They've survived a number of chances. And their first click-up moment, the efficiency and ruthlessness of Blacktown on display there. And the finishing of Travis Major with a subtle cushioned header. Heads-up play from Adam Berry. It was a pinpoint cross. We've spoken about how good Blacktown are at recycling second phase moments. And they executed that one to perfection. If it's not the first phase that gets you, it's the second or third. And on that occasion, Blacktown kept it alive. And it was Major with his 114th goal for Blacktown City. An excellent finish. He's fourth of the campaign too, so starting to rack up the numbers. He's one behind O'Brien, who got 4 in the opening round, match of the round against Apia. There's a bit going on in the back play there. Karamalevsky and Shabao, and suddenly it's all on. These two teams that have got fierce ambition in season 2024, and there was something in the confrontation between Mario Shabao and Matt Karamalevsky. The referee was right on the spot. No love lost there. And having taken the lead, they've got to be careful here and keep the discipline. The assistant referee in Aisha Strutt's just come over to chat to Stephen Lucas. Trying to make sure they sort this out. Whatever was said, whatever happened in the back play, sparked the moment. And Stephen Lucas is going to come over and he's going to issue a straight red card to Mario Shabao. Let's see what happens here. And Matt Karamalevsky, he's going to join him. So one player from each team has been sent by the referee and Stephen Lucas. Mario Shabao for Blacktown City and Matt Karamalevsky. And we're going to see the match out with 10 men apiece. Drama here at Penshurst Park. This game has suddenly come to life. A goal to Blacktown City and then a moment a couple of minutes later. And there's still words as the players come off the pitch. There's still a bit going on. Two players that are completely fired up. And there must have been something said. And the referee's just having a chat now to both camps, making sure that they try and settle things down, because all of a sudden, a game which was a stalemate for a long, long time, over 65 minutes, has suddenly exploded. The drama that we've come to know about the NPL New South Wales. There's always a twist. There's always a turn. And let's see what the coaches do as well as far as adjustments are concerned. The experienced official, and Stephen Lucas, having no hesitation in issuing a straight red card to the Blacktown City skipper, And the St. George City central defender. What does that mean as far as adjustments are concerned? Blacktown City are fortunate in a way that they have brought on Jacob Maniti. He can play in a central position. Let's see what they do tactically here. Both sides. Looks like St. George City FA might be adjusting to a back four now without Keremalevsky. They do have to chase anyway as Major looks for the ball inside. Berry took it first time, couldn't get it on target, couldn't connect as he would have liked. The outside of the right foot. Both coaches will have to make a bit of an adjustment here. An adjustment for Blacktown, which might see Travis Major move out to the right-hand side. They've got the lead. Here is Major, looking to turn on it. Stepping out was Monahan Vaika. Coming across was Jack O'Brien. He looks like he's playing a little bit more central as well. So they've lost Mario Chabau, a central midfielder. But it looks like Berry's been joined a bit closer by Jack O'Brien and Jacob Meniti as Joey Gibbs looks to get this one across. Great ball. The idea was excellent as Major peeled to that back post. Now a chance to shoot from long range. Nick O'Brien doesn't hesitate. Meniti, first time ball. Great ball. And it wasn't far away. Jack O'Brien bursting out of the midfield, as he loves to do. Player who has shown his qualities the last couple of seasons as an advanced midfielder. Looks like they're playing more of a 4-3-2 here. So O'Brien playing a little bit more central. And Tyron Burney has come across to deal with that. All of a sudden, a game that looked like it might take a moment to really spark it up, and that's exactly what's happened. The home side, having gone behind, now they've suffered the loss of Keremalevsky. They're building up here through Maki Petratos. They'll be buoyed by the fact they've created plenty, and Maki Petratos has put one on a plate there. And it was Cameron Fong getting forward from right back. He couldn't quite wrap his right foot around it. Excellent ball from Maki Petratos, who's been one of St. George City's best. Just everything but the finish so far. So much happening at the moment this second half. We're fortunate to have one of the most experienced behind the computer in Mickey Brock chronicling this one. So make sure you check out his match report post-match. That'll be up on the NPL New South Wales socials. As Kamada comes forward. Nice little build-up this. Excellent work. Kamada available, and he gets his shot on target. It was excellent again from St. George City. Lovely little bit of combination. They have found that cohesion in the front third, just not the final product. You have to say, Mirko Ura will probably be a bit more pleased that there has been more connection. But where is the goal coming from? Still only 7 for the campaign. A team with such a quantity of quality players in the front third. We are going to see them go to their bench again. And it is going to be Presley Ortiz coming on. So another striker. And the player making way is Paolo Mitri. Good shift from him. Almost 75 minutes. They've brought on another striker to join Romero. As Kamara again comes forward. Ortiz was the target. Important header from Campbell. The follow-up coming from Costa Petratos. And they've really got the bit between their teeth now, the home side. starting to really ask questions of Blacktown's defence. Good work from Adam Berry just to turn Maki Petratos away. Here is Costa Petratos. Only the one clean sheet so far for Blacktown. It did come in that match against St. George back in round 2. That 0-0 draw. They'll be hoping their defence can hold up for the remainder of this one. We're in the final 15 minutes now. Barely had time to breathe in the last 10 or so minutes. The goal, the send-offs, a couple of changes. It's all happening here at Penshurst. We'll give you some full-time scores around the grounds. Approaching full-time or in stoppage time across a couple of our games. We're deep into the match at the Palace where Marconi have gone 2-0 up over Sydney FC. Rockdale, they look like they're going to seal the 3 points. 3-0 up on the road at Landon Stadium against Hills. And we're in stoppages at Rockdale where St. George FC continue to lead Apia by 2-1. Here, St. George City trying to level it up, and Kamara cuts it across. Good work from Ben Berry. And he finds Jack O'Brien. And Blacktown will look to counter-attack. Manizzi's available, central, and that's where he goes. Now it's out on that left-hand side. Major happy to just hold it up. Into the left-hand pocket, Blacktown go, and this is a good raid forward. Important contribution defensively. Looked like it might have been Cameron Fong just getting across there, the right back. Those highlight yellow boots standing out in the box. Blacktown have another set piece and have shown their danger and their threat throughout the evening. St. George City haven't lost since the opening round here. 5 games undefeated. Blacktown asking the question here. Second goal could prove telling. Not quite able to make it stick in counter-attack. Romero, who's got the captain's armband. Blacktown, who've got a better record on the road this season than at home at the moment. They haven't lost on the road yet. They won last week at Rockdale. They've had 2 draws and a win on the road so far. They're looking to keep that record. Travis Major. Highlighting that ahead of the match. Bernie trying to play it off his opponent. Joshua Hong does well. That is a strong challenge there. And Ortiz, he's gone off as well. And it's a trend we've seen throughout the season. When the feet are high, invariably the player is sent off. And we've seen another incident here. St. George City FA with Presley Ortiz issued a straight red card for that feet-up challenge on Ben Berry. We've seen that right throughout season 2024, the consistency from the officials. Going back to George Timotheu early in the season. We saw last week Tariq Erchan, St. George City skipper, also red-carded against Spirit FC. Ben Berry gets back up on his feet. Anthony Sparacino is another who's had a red card for a similar incident. Same as Dominic Costanzo for the Marconi Stallions. So that consistency coming to the fore today. Stephen Lucas, no hesitation in issuing a red card. And the home side now reduced to 9 men. Karamalevsky sent off in an incident with Mario Chabau, and now Presley Ortiz, the substitute for that high feed against Ben Berry. And after no goals and not many huge talking points, apart from a few chances to St. George City FA in the opening 65 minutes, suddenly there's talking points aplenty. And the experienced referee and Stephen Lucas, no hesitation in issuing those straight red cards. 3 of them, and we've seen a couple around the grounds as well. One in the Marconi Sydney FC game, one in the St. George Apia game. And speaking of the St. George Apia game, that looks like there's some late drama there. Apia, last year's premiers, look like they may have popped up with a late injury time equaliser to deny St. George the victory. Here is the other St. George coming forward now with Kamada. Romero combining with him. Bernie stuck to his defensive task. He's been terrific. And now he releases Travis Major. He's already scored his 4th of the campaign. Major, does he get another chance here? In the end, Kenny denies him. Excellent ball from Tyreen Bernie. Major trying to expose the space. They do have a one-man advantage, the away side. A one-goal advantage, a one-man advantage. Into the final 10 minutes. And you sense there might be a couple more chances for Blacktown City on counter-attack as St. George have to come. Just confirming that late drama down the road. Apia equalising to make it 2-2. No full-time whistle just yet. I will keep you posted on that. Has finished full-time at the Palace. Marconi 3-0. A late goal for them over Sydney FC. So another big victory for Marconi. We are going to see another change. We'll confirm that substitution. St. George send this one into the box. Fong quickly shut down by O'Brien. Good touch here from Adam Berry, and suddenly he's got Gibbs available to his left. Joey Gibbs, and a Kenny comes out. Makes that initial block. Still alive here. Now Major. Thinks this one over the top. Falls to Adam Berry. He's already got an assist. There are appeals there from Blacktown. They thought it might have come off an arm. Stephen Lucas indicating that it was in a natural position. We are going to see a change here. And it looks like it will be. Cameron Fong coming off. An attacking change. In fact, it's not Cameron Fong. He just went over to the sideline. Travis Major is the player that makes way. It looks like it will be Ruben Awaratifi. So Major's job's done. He comes off with what Blacktown City hope is the winning goal. They lead by 1-0. We're approaching the final 5 minutes. They've got another set piece and they've got another tall target Ina Waratifi's already got himself on the score sheet this season. Here he is with his first touch. It's going to be a penalty. A penalty to the away side. It was Campbell who climbed. And Stephen Lucas was right on the spot to point to the penalty spot. The delivery coming from Jack O'Brien. And it looks like he's the player that's going to step up and try and seal it here for the visitors. He's got 5 already for the campaign, has Jack O'Brien. His delivery's been excellent all evening. And he's going to try and step up here and seal the 3 points for Blacktown City. O'Brien makes it 2-0. And it looks like the 3 points are headed back to Blacktown. They've absorbed so much pressure. And they've shown how clinical they can be. They've got a man advantage now after St. George City had 2 players sent off. The Travis Major header opened it up. And now a second goal, this time from Jack O'Brien. He's 6th of the campaign. With just under 5 minutes left, Blacktown will feel a bit more comfortable. They'll know that the home side will come home strong. And we've already seen some drama down the road. You just never know. It's been a frustrating night for St. George City. They have shown more cohesion. They've created a bit more in the front third, but chances have gone amiss. And Blacktown have punished them. And now it's all about keeping the clean sheet for Mark Crittenden's side. Hong pressured by Awaratifi. The 3 points here will push Blacktown up to 14 points. Apia only picking up 1. Apia will be on 13. Rockdale Illingdon have also picked up 3 points. They'll move to 14. And Marconi, as things stand, at close of play, they're going to be leading the competition on 16 points, 1 ahead of Western Sydney Wanderers, who are in action tomorrow. The Wanderers on 15 points. They're up against the Wollongong Wolves. And that'll be a terrific game tomorrow afternoon. Here's a chance to make it 3 now with Gibbs denied by Kenny. Terrific stop from the keeper. 3 might have been very cruel on the home side. They'll feel that they created the best moments in the opening hour. Even in the start of the second half, they had a free kick denied by Prendergast as Bernie raids forward again. He's been one of Blacktown's best. It's been a great contest, him versus Kamara. Just repeating those full-time scores around the grounds. Spirit FC 2-1 earlier on for their first win of the season. Rockdale bouncing back with a 3-0 win against Hills United after last week's loss to Blacktown. Marconi continue their run up the ladder, 3-0 over Sydney FC. And Apia coming back from 2 down against St. George FC to level it in the 96th minute. 2-2 it finished. Here, Blacktown have done the business in the second half, having absorbed chance after chance. It's been that kind of night for the home side. The frustration multiplied by 2 red cards. Plenty for our reporter, Mickey Brock, to file away in this one. You can catch all the snaps. We've got Brett Nelson here, filing away. Some great pictures, no doubt. So make sure you jump on NPL New South Wales socials. Check out all that. Who will the 3-2-1 go to? Make sure you jump on our Instagram stories. We'll have a wrap-up post-match. Our live stories run by Sam Yerman. I'll be joining her post-match for a wrap of the proceedings here, as well as we'll feature an interview. With a member of the winning side in Blacktown City. It's looking that way as we do now tick into additional time. Jackson Trippett is going to indicate with his fourth official board 4 minutes of additional time. So 4 minutes. There'll have to be some super late drama for St. George City to get anything from here. And in fact, Blacktown might be able to extend their lead. They've got a Waratifi available. Gibbs tries to find him. Has to take it into the corner. Of course, the son of a former Socceroo. There's a bit of a tussle going on here. Monahan Vaika. It's been a feisty second half. Both sides who have real ambition in season 2024. This one will sting St. George City FA. They haven't lost in 5 weeks since suffering a 2-1 loss to Rockdale here on the opening day. Now look back at the chances that they had created. And it's all about execution from here on for Mirko Ural's side. Certainly created plenty today. The frustration building into stoppage time. They have lost Tariq Erkan last week for a couple of matches, so he'll be missing next up. And now they've got a couple of others to think about as well in Ortiz and Karamalevsky. So that's going to stretch the depth of the squad. Got a match coming up in a couple of weeks against Marconi Stallion, another of the real title contenders. So maybe stretched a bit for that. They've got a chance here. One of the substitutes in Jesse Foti there, coming in from that right-hand side. Nathan Roberts also on the pitch, trying to add those extra numbers, see if they can find something in a frustrating evening here at Penshurst Park for the home side. They'll have to pick themselves up. They'll know that they're missing 3 players at least with suspension for their next match. Blacktown City, meanwhile, their away record in season 2024 continues to impress. A second win now to go with 2 draws, undefeated on the road. They'll be back at home next week as well. I'll be hosting Sydney United. Happy to keep possession now, are Mark Crittenden's side. They'll appreciate that they absorbed and survived a bit of pressure and chances in that first period. Early second period, and there's a push there. Monahan Vaika, the frustration showing. He's got to be very careful. They can ill afford another red card or another player missing in the coming weeks. It's a long season, 30 rounds. Blacktown send it forward. And that is the end. Blacktown City have done the business in the second half. A tight opening hour where neither team could find the back of the net, but Blacktown City through Travis Major and then Jack O'Brien in a tense, testy second half where 3 players were red-carded. Initially, Mario Chabal and Matt Keramaleski came together a couple of minutes after the opening goal. And then Presley Ortiz, frustration for the home side with a lunge that saw him issued with a straight red card. There'll be plenty talked about the second half in particular. A couple of big moments, a couple of big incidents. But it's Blacktown City who continue their undefeated start to season 2024 on the road. They're now 2 wins on the road, 2 draws. And they'll be feeling good about themselves as they move up to 14 points. And as things stand at the close of play tonight on a Super Saturday, they're 2 points behind Marconi Stallions, who lead the competition on 16. But of course, tomorrow, a couple of big games to come, including 1 versus 2. West Sydney Wanderers up against the Wollongong Wolves. And Sydney United, they're at home to the Sutherland Sharks. It's been a pleasure having your company. Tony Tanous here wrapping up a big victory for Blacktown City. 2-0 over St. George City.